Jade Cargill versus Naomi one-on-one. The blood feud will spill over to Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. It is going to make history because this is Cargill versus Naomi, the first women's singles non-title match. I might have said that incorrectly, but it's the first non-title match in the women's division 1v1 in 19 years at WrestleMania. And let me tell you this, the story is well worth it. I've seen enough people complain that WWE, when they took Jade Cargill off of television through everything that happened, the injury, the attack where she ended up on the windshield of a car, they said, yeah, they just had that happen and then just flew by the seat of their pants. Well, if that is the case, I don't think it is. I think they always had a plan. But if the plan came together last minute, then they deserve more credit for this because this story is worthy of a singles matchup at WrestleMania. And it's not only the fact that we haven't seen it in 19 years. It's when it happened at WrestleMania 22, it really wasn't serious. It wasn't. This is a serious one top feud going into WrestleMania. One of the top feuds going into WrestleMania. One of the best stories going into WrestleMania. And let me say this. Jade Cargill has the makings of a star. Yeah, still a little rough around the edges, specifically on the promo, specifically in ring. There's just things that she needs, I would say, in promo more than in ring, because she has natural ability. You just need to round out the edges. And she has been booked very strong. She's been very good since coming to WWE. That's all there. But the reason that this is getting this opportunity, this matchup is getting this spotlight, is because of Naomi and because of what Naomi has done with this opportunity, what she has done with this new version of herself, whether it's the look, whether it's the promos over the past couple of weeks, whether it's the new finisher that she debuted against B-Fab last Friday on Smackdown. This version of Naomi is absolutely amazing. It is something that we always knew. She was one of the best in the women's division, but she could never really get over the hump and become, a Becky Lynch, become a Charlotte Flair, even become somebody like Tiffany Stratton, who immediately ascended to the very top of the division. It always felt like she was the queen of the mid-card. It felt like she was the best of the second tier. Until now, this turn, this new attitude feels main event worthy. The way that she has taken it and ran with it, the way that she has just adjusted every little nuance about herself, it's great. And honestly, whenever this was initially brought back into the forefront, which was Elimination Chamber, Jade Cargill returns and she goes after Naomi. When that initially happened, the thought to me was, all right, well, whenever they eventually do have their confrontation, they eventually do have their matchup, Jade's going to win. Because Jade has just been on a straight trajectory upwards, and the only thing that stalled out was the fact that she got injured. Otherwise, she'd be continuing to go straight to the moon. But now, with this version of Naomi, with the work that she's put in, first as a tag team champion with Bianca Belair, and then since this entire switch has flipped, I might look at this and wonder, is Naomi actually going to win at WrestleMania? And it's not that crazy of a belief to me. It's not that crazy of a statement. Yeah, they're trying to build Jade Cargill into a star, into a superstar. They want her to be right at the top of the marquee with Bianca, with Rhea, with Io, with Tiffany. That is eventually where WWE wants Jade Cargill to go. And she honestly will get there. She will. I'm not going to say anything that's not anything that's crazy. She is going to get there. But Naomi, the wily veteran of the game, is making herself one of the better heels that we have seen in the women's division in a very, very long time.